Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another day of Talent Talk. We have got a great show here, podcast packed full of some fun stuff today for you. So, as always, we got your boy Steve with you. We've got Jurgen Robinson with us as well. We have got Davina Clardy on the tube, and we have got Donna Robinson in the background working the show, and we have Christina Salcedo who's monitoring the chat. So if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the chat and we'll pop those guys up. Oh, and we got Ashley Diaz with us.
I was just about to walk away and be like, okay, well.
Well, you know what? You almost fit the theme of the day, though, right there.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
maybe he did it on purpose.
That's right. We've got something fun today. So, Ashley, what day? Every day we celebrate the National Day. What day is it today, Ashley?
Yeah, so today is National Paranormal Day. So each year on May 3rd, National Paranormal Day, people who believe in paranormal activities are encouraged to get together and share their experiences with each other. Paranormal is a term used to describe occurrences that can't be explained by ordinary scientific measures. They're outside the norm. Many words leap to mind when speaking of the paranormal, maybe ghosts, hauntings, spirit, or poltergeist, to name a few. However, an extraterrestrial, and clairvoyance also fall into the category. Have you ever felt a sense of deja vu, maybe? Some believe that feeling is related to the paranormal. Interesting.
I think I've had deja vu before. So deja vu, when you think you've done something, like I think I've dreamed about it before, and I'm like, this was my dream. Like I totally dreamed it.
Yeah. Deja vu is like a weird feeling. Like you get it. It's like, wait a second. I've done this. I've been here. It's like it just went like 10-second rewind, and I'm doing it again.
I have deja vu again.
We're gonna have to ask our expert about this.
Yeah,
I think so. So all of you out there, do you have any ghost stories or anything for us? We want to hear your experiences. So go ahead and put your comments in, and also give us some likes and some hearts if you dare.
Yeah. Isn't there a new emoji coming out on Facebook or something? I heard.
Oh yeah, the care emoji.
The care emoji. Yeah. Can you send us some hugs? We need hugs. We need your hugs for real. Yeah. So, well, gosh. Well, that leads us into our trivia question of the day. And here is our trivia question. It is, what is the study of paranormal activity, or paranormal activity officially called? Or what is the study of paranormal officially called? There is a poll that is going up when you come in. You should be able to see that poll. And here are the options: ghostology, phenomena, paranormality, or parapsychology. That's a stumper there.
I don't see ghost busting.
That's what, you know what? I was thinking that should be an option, but apparently it's not the answer because it's not one of the options. So, So what is the study of paranormal officially called?
That's a good question. We have one answer. Ashley walked through a haunted bar in upstate New York.
I forgot about that. It claimed to be haunted, so they had tours. Oh no, wait, I read it in a book. Never mind, they didn't have tours. We just went there and we're like, hey, where do you guys get your activity at? And they're like, oh, down in the basement. And then they let us walk through and stuff. So yeah, I'm not brave enough as our guest though to do it at night.
That would have been very weird, and that answer would have been very weird anywhere else. Hey, where do you get your activity? Down in the basement.
I didn't go by myself.
Okay.
And oh goodness.
The museum. So there's a museum on Fort Lewis. You see it right off the freeway. Actually, we went there and visited it as an office together a long time ago. What museum is that?
Oh, is it Army history or?
big museum that's right off of I-5. You see it right there and we actually visited it together as an office.
Fort Lewis Museum.
I don't
Is
know
it
what it's
Fort
called.
Lewis Museum? Do you know? You guys don't know what museum I'm talking about?
Yes.
I know what you're talking about. I don't
I
know
just
what
don't
it's
know the
called.
name of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
McNamara's.
Huh?
No, I'm playing.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I heard that it is haunted. It
I've
used
heard
to be
that
a
too.
hotel.
Yes, the
used to
former
be a-
hotel.
Yeah, it used to be a hotel, and now it's a museum. And I remember we went there, and we actually had a business meeting there years ago. And I've heard that it's haunted.
MPs have said that they've seen lights go on off and on throughout there. I've had a friend that had a husband. MP said the lights would flash on and off.
Yeah. Someone
Davina,
said
it's called the
Museum.
Lewis Army Museum.
Thank you, Christy.
Thank you. So,
That's our AI.
Yeah,
in the
I've heard that from
background
multiple people too, Davina.
mhm.
Well, it sounds like we have a future meeting at the Lewis Army Museum there.
And we'll bring our guest with us
At
at night.
Speaking of our guest, who is our guest?
Well, you know what? She's actually she's an agent by trade, but she is a Jack or a Jill of many, many trades altogether, from clothing to just about anything. But this is one in particular. So we'll welcome. Hey,
Nikki.
Hi.
appeared out of nowhere.
I know. That happens often.
So you are a paranormal ghost hunter.
I am. A lot of people don't actually know that about me.
No, but what does that even mean?
Well, we basically try to interact with spirits. So we do what we can to get that to happen.
We're not talking about alcohol spirits, right?
Nope.
Okay, talking about the paranormal kind.
Yep.
So that's interesting. How did you get involved in that?
Well, when I first met my husband, he was into it. And growing up, I always wanted to experience something. And I never really experienced anything until we moved in together. And it was a pretty crazy experience. It was 2:00 in the morning, I believe. And we had just moved in together, so our bed was on the floor. And I woke up to our bed shaking. And I was like, okay, but if you try to shake a bed that's on the floor, it doesn't really move. And it woke me up, and I sat up, and it was still shaking. So I jumped out of bed, and my husband was in the kitchen. And he said our cat was making a crazy face behind him. And he never told me about it till years later. But that was the first thing I had ever experienced. So it was pretty crazy.
Nice.
Chills.
I
Yeah.
had the same experience, but mine is a little different. But
Really?
yeah, maybe later I'll share that one.
Okay.
Just keep it PG, Steve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If this band is a rockin'. So with that, I mean, a lot of people, because according to stats, 90% of people are scared of at least one phenomena, and what is it, 12%, or there's actually a much larger percentage of people who think that they've experienced some kind of paranormal activity. But most of them don't go out and get equipped to start interacting with ghosts. They don't look for the experiences. How did that come around?
As far as us starting it,
Yes.
well, after that, my husband, he was really into ghost adventures. So he watched them for years do what they did. And one year for Christmas, we asked my parents for ghost hunting equipment, and that's kind of where it all started. They got us some equipment, and they've gotten us a little bit every year since then, pretty much.
Wow.
So what does that mean? They started getting you equipped. What kind of equipment could, this is not Ghostbusters. You have this thing where you capture them and you store them and you're collecting ectoplasm.
Right.
What does it mean you've got equipment?
So first off, a camera is something that you would need so you can capture it. So we have a few things. We have just a simple camera here. This that comes with a light so that we can watch in the night, usually. We also have a lot of just simple recorders like this. We also have different EMF detectors. We have different styles. We also have my favorite thing, which is the SB7. And this goes through radio stations. I believe it's like every second or quicker you can change the speed. So you can go through that and spirits can actually pick up voices from those stations and you can hear certain words or sentences or names or whatnot through that. So.
And you've heard these names and sentences before?
We've heard a lot of stuff. A ghost actually told my husband, "I love you."
Were you
Not
jealous?
even kidding. No,
Were you getting
one day I need, when we can go back to work, I need to bring in all the recordings so I can show you guys. It's really crazy.
Yeah. So from a ghost hunter, you almost went to a ghost fighter.
Yeah. We went to this old plantation when we lived in Kentucky, and when we were walking, we were there with 5 or 6 friends, and we had split up. And we were walking, and we met back up, and I heard footsteps, and I was like, "Oh my God, I just heard footsteps." A friend of mine said they heard it too. Then we both got touched on the back of our shoulders. And then once we got to the plantation, there was a barrier in the front, and it was painted on there, "I love you." And we didn't see that until after we had heard that spirit say, "I love you" to my husband. So we just thought it was crazy that it was such a coincidence.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that the craziest experience you've had ghost hunting?
I mean, there's a lot of crazy things that we've seen as far as like glowing eyes and things moving. When Molly, my oldest, she's 9 now, but when she was really young, she actually used to talk to a spirit before she could really talk a lot. And she would call it Sarah. And we didn't know anyone named Sarah. So the craziest thing is we stopped for a long time because she had actually gotten the word "hi" scratched in her arm. So it was HI. There was no coincidence. There was no way that could have accidentally happened. So after that, we were like, okay, we're going to stop for a little bit, because when you open yourself up to those spirits, they remember and they know you. So you're more likely to get more interaction.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's probably the craziest. So we were like, okay, we took a break for like a year or two. Obviously, we still did small things here and there, but no full-on investigations.
Yeah. You know, Nikki, a lot of people, when think about ghost hunting, I don't know if they really think about it as an actual thing or potentially a science or anything like that. But there is a full study through all of this, and we don't want to say what it is yet, but there are actually different types of ghosts or hauntings, right?
Correct.
So
there's a few different things. One is just, spirits interacting all together. And then the other one is residual. So it's more like a replay in life.
Wow. So which have you encountered? Have you encountered both types, or is there one you tend to encounter more?
Not really so much residual, because some of the places we've been are not, usually those are older places, but I mean, I don't really know, because you never know if it's something that's happened in the past or if it's something, someone just reaching out from wherever they're coming from.
So in your experience, and I don't want to monopolize all the questions, but in your experience, you've had contact with ghosts, or you have had interactions, but why are there ghosts?
I don't really know, honestly. That's kind of why people study spirits, because they don't know where they are, what they are, who they are, where they're coming from, what they want, because they can't fully communicate like we can communicate with each other. So
interesting.
Yeah. But that's why, everything that people do, they create things on their own. They're all hypotheses because they don't know, if it's going to work. And then if something does happen, they're like, oh my gosh, okay, we get a step closer to where we want to communicate with them. So,
wow. And Ashley, you read a book and actually went to a place. What kind of question might you have for the ghost hunter?
I have so many questions, but I used to be really interested in it until I had kids, and I don't know, I just got too scared because I'm a chicken. But upstate New York, there was always stories from my family. My mom lives in upstate New York, and they were always telling us about all these haunted places. So I picked up this book. I don't even know. It was maybe from a garage sale or something that was like the most haunted places in upstate New York. So I don't know why. I used to watch ghost hunters and stuff like that, but I would never actually do it, Nikki. But anyways, my question, how often do you go out on and do your investigations?
Like I said, when we lived in Kentucky, we went out like almost every single weekend. But once we started getting, certain things that we didn't want to happen or loud noises constantly, we kind of slowed down. The last time we did anything was back in December at our old house, because we had quite a bit of stuff happening at that house. And then before that, it was probably, I don't know, a couple times a year.
Wow, craziness. Yep. Have you been to the Army Museum yet? I wonder if
I have not, but now I really want to go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that would be fun.
I'm uncomfortable even having this conversation. I'm just going to say, like, I would never.
Ever. It was definitely scary at first.
Yeah, I've never had any types of encounters like that. And when I think about it, I don't even watch movies that are that have to do with hauntings or
like paranormal activity.
Oh no, never seen it. I saw the preview and I was like, that's all I need to see because I'm not watching it.
Yeah. Yeah, some of that stuff is pretty scary.
Yeah. What scares you though? Okay, because I mean, like if you're a ghost hunter and you're actually physically doing the stuff that we're watching the people on the TV do, and we're afraid to even watch it on TV. Like, are you just unscarable?
No, that's definitely not true. I'm very scared of a lot of things. But, with having my husband there, he knew a lot about it when I first got into it. So it made me more comfortable with it. And we usually went with a lot of friends, or a few friends, I should say. But no, I definitely am very scared still. Every time I go, I get butterflies. And I think the worst part is when they can actually physically touch you, like scratch you or bite you or just simply touch you or pulling your shirt. That's probably when I'm like, okay, this is getting crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Steve, you're shaking your head. What do you think?
It's a scary thought. Ghosts, spirits.
It is. It's a whole thing that we can't even really get straightforward answers about until you're there or you're not there.
Yeah. And Raul's asking, what is the craziest thing you couldn't get you've experienced but wasn't natural? What's the craziest thing you couldn't get? Oh, what's the craziest thing you didn't understand happening that wasn't a natural occurrence besides your daughter's arm? Creepy.
We were having a party at our house in Kentucky, and one of our friends was with my husband in the garage, and they were talking. And the next thing you know, he's like, "Oh my God, my arm is burning," or like back here is burning. And Andy was like, "Oh, let me see it," because we were really into activity then. And he looked at it, and he had a full-on bite mark on the back of his shoulder. So that was pretty crazy.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Whenever you're passionate about something, especially something for fun, there are places you want to go or things that really excite you to think about. Mm-hmm. Where is some place that you would love to see that may be haunted or whatnot? Where's somewhere you'd like to go that maybe is on your bucket list?
I mean, there's quite a few, but Bobby Mackey's is a place that is insanely crazy. Ghost Adventures has gone there a few times. There is so much activity; it's almost hard to catch it all. And there's some pretty scary stuff there, supposedly. So it would be crazy. Supposedly they say there could be demons there, so it's pretty intense.
What is Bobby? Is that like a hotel? house?
It's a bar now.
It's a bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anywhere you would not go?
At the same time, I want to say Bobby Mackey's.
I don't want to
do it. Don't do it.
I see Christy. She said, "What's your favorite haunted spot in Washington?" I haven't really been to a haunted spot in Washington yet, so yeah. If you know somewhere, let me know so we can go check it out.
Donna says, no, thank you.
Remember, there's a house around, not around here, but I think it's somewhere in Washington, Central Washington, where they made a movie of it, from it. Some really big haunted house story, and it was in the papers.
You're talking about Ruby? Is it Ruby House or Ruby Rose or?
That sounded kind of familiar, but they made a movie out of it, and I guess the house was based out of here in Washington. And yeah,
the Thornwood Castle, and it was like a Ruby Red House or something.
I can't remember that, but it's.
Oh yeah, they said that. I heard that the Thornwood Castle is haunted.
That's where they filmed the movie Steve's talking about.
A friend of mine was there. It's off of American Lake. It's an American Lake on Lakewood.
That's true. That is true. Go there, Nikki. Go there. They're opening back up.
Yeah. Red rum. I had something, but I lost it.
Blame Roll.
Yeah. You know what? Raul's got a lot of input today.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
I think he's ready to go ghost hunting right now.
I need to take you guys.
He wouldn't go. He wouldn't go.
So, Nikki, have you ever seen a shadow, like a black shadow figure?
I definitely have.
Without eyes, kind of like I've had one of those encounters.
I have a lot of those. I actually had a lot of those at our last house in Lacey, all the time.
Wow. Okay. See something?
No.
That was good timing. I like that.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay. Roll is going with you, apparently.
Raul's not real.
I don't know what's happening right now.
Oh, that's good.
I apologize for any ghosts that may be in here.
I do believe that's actually his quarantine mask, isn't it?
Yes. You should wear that in public.
That wasn't wrong. What? Okay. Anyways. Oh, man.
I have way more
questions. I do want to go with you,
now.
but I don't want them to come home with me, Nikki. So
right. Well, there's certain things that you can do to try to keep that from happening. So
I don't know, man. I don't know.
We'll definitely talk more about it.
Okay.
I'll try to convince you.
Okay.
Wow.
There's your fellow ghost hunter in the background.
Yes.
He made an appearance.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us on this, Nikki. You want to stick around? You want to stick around, or you got some hunting to do? How does one get rid of a ghost?
Yeah.
Well, definitely talking to them sometimes can help. It really depends on, if they're angry, if they're not angry. So usually if you talk to them, they might slow down their actions. But also having, your house cleansed could be something that would really help.
Sage.
Gallon of holy water.
Just do it.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, that's one of our closing gifts now. Pretty homemade.
Yes. Oh, that's good.
All right. Let's see. So, anything else before we say so long to the Ghost Hunter segment for a moment? Because otherwise, this has been our guest. There we
You
go.
should use that in all your marketing, Nikki.
I do. I should. You'll have to send that to me.
Oh yeah, definitely. I thought you might actually want that. So
I do.
Listener, realtor.
Yes.
all right. So since we did that, Nikki, again, you are free to stay on and join in the festivities here. So it's fun to have you. But we'll get into a quick little headlines. And each time there's a little bit something in here that is you'll learn from, you'll grow from, and you can share from. So here are the quick headlines. First is Snohomish barber openly defies Washington State home orders. So check out the story. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. I know I need to see a barber desperately. I need somebody to fix what I did. Headline 2, what happens if you don't make the full PPP? That's the Payment Protection Program loan forgiveness. This article actually is a great one to click on. It lets you know how to apply, lets you know how to comply, and it also helps you understand if you don't use it in that way or part of it's unforgiven. It's only like a 1% loan that can be deferred for 4 months on the payment. So check it out. It's a good article. NVIDIA's, this is kind of cool. NVIDIA's chief scientist developed a low-cost open-source ventilator. So there have been these calls for ventilators with the COVID-19 and respiration. He's figured out a way to build one that the costs start around $400 from stuff that's on the market, and with production could be brought down as low as like $100 to produce these things. So check that out. A couple of real estate things. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac are preparing to cover servicers' advances on loans and forbearance. There's a lot of questions about forbearance. Servicers are actually getting some relief on that, where they're supposed to only make 4 months, but they didn't know who was going to cover it. And sounds like the Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, there's some support that's going to step into there. So forbearance, if you have questions, check out this article and check out with your lender too, because they'll have great advice for you. For agents, 9 tips for navigating your business in a changing economy. And I'll highlight just a couple of them, which are recognizing how the changing economy will impact the industry, communicate, which is what we're doing right now, and being willing to go the extra mile. Those are just 3 of the 9. Check it out. It's good for your real estate business. Number 6 is the pandemic. Economic toll is higher than agents expected. It's a survey through Inman, and without a doubt, 2/3 of real estate agents polled felt that it had impacted much more than they actually anticipated it was going to. And you can definitely count me as one of those. I anticipated some, but it's been a bit longer than I anticipated for sure. Headline number 7, venture capitalists reveal the startups that changed everything in the past decade. This is just kind of a fun little thing for through the past 10 years, which startups over the past 10 years have made the biggest market impacts, both on the positive and the negative side. And then this last one is the ultimate IPA bracket. So as we missed March Madness, there is, for your favorite IPAs in the Seattle area, they are in a bracket. You can go through, vote for your favorite, and in the end, there is going to be a top IPA champion. That's Indian Pale Ale. It's a brewery or a beer. There is going to be a top Seattle IPA champion based on your votes. So guess what? That is our headlines. Woohoo! Anything catch your oh, Davina equals what?
Living legend.
Living. Oh, I love you.
So, anything in there catch your eye, attention, or anything else?
Well, it looks like you could have some fun testing out IPAs.
I was thinking the same thing. It looks like I'm going to have to get my IPA game going right now.
Yeah, I don't typically drink beer, but I feel like I would for some votes.
I'll do it for science.
So competitive. Yeah. Basically.
Nice.
Donna's in.
Yep. Looks like I'm going to be doing some shopping.
Do they have a list there?
What's that?
Do they have the list there?
Oh, absolutely. It's right in the link. All those stories every day are linked inside. We may actually create a page for the headline links just to keep them organized as well, because we always want to make sure we're getting good news. And then we've got the trivia question scrolling across again. Davina, what was that trivia question?
The question of the day is, what is the study of paranormal, I want to say paranormal activity officially called? So there is a poll with, it's a multiple choice answer or question. So we're going to be revealing the answer to that question here shortly. Are we ready to reveal the answer?
I don't know. Christy, are we ready, or should we cover a couple classes first? And Raul, you wouldn't be able to keep me off the mic.
Hey, you guys can hear me? Sorry about that.
Yeah.
We are ready to roll if you guys are ready to go.
Yeah. Did it just appear?
Yeah.
All right. So what is the study of the paranormal Yes. What is the study of the paranormal officially called? A, ghostology, B, phenomena, C, paranormality, or D, parapsychology.
And before you answer it, Christy, I think our guests should give the answer when we're ready for the reveal.
All right. That sounds good.
How'd the answers roll in?
So far, we have 0 votes for A, for ghostology. 33% think it's phenomena, 67% think it's paranormality, and 0% think it's parapsychology. Guess we'll find out soon.
All right. Should we ask now, or should we wait till after the class updates?
Let's do the class updates.
Okay. Christy has spoken.
All right.
Do you know the answer?
I do know the answer.
Okay, hold that answer for just a moment then.
Okay.
All right.
So just a couple of quick updates for the coming week. So we do have a class. It's a 15 clock hour class. It starts on Wednesday the 6th and ends on Friday the 8th. And it is the CNE, which is Certified Negotiation Expert class, which starts this coming Wednesday. You should see the link right there on the screen. It should also be in the comment section. If you are interested in learning more about negotiations, picking up some skills, sharpening that knife, feel free, sign up for the class. We have limited space available at this time right now. So it's normally a $400 class. We have it down to $349. It is a stay at home, or it is a virtual class where it's all done online, and you get 15 clock hours as well. So the next thing is, and this is more so for the real estate friends and community out there. If you're a real estate broker and you're looking at just doing some extra classes, tune in. John L. Scott Corporate has opened up their training calendar to any real estate brokers who want to tune in. Go to jlstraining.com. And there's going to be lots of great classes that you could attend, pick up, work on building your business. So tune in, jlstraining.com. Also, for those of you in the John L. Scott talent family, all of our in-house training that is scheduled for next week from Tuesday through Friday is actually going to be canceled. Our office meeting, which is normally on Wednesdays at 9:30, is being moved to Tuesday at 9:30. We still have prospecting and presentations on Monday at 9 o'clock. So we will see you there.
Okay. And then the last thing we have is, Davina, what's going on with Talent Talks?
Well, we normally are meeting. We've, every day we've been here at 1:30 or ish to go live. And so just with our moving forward, starting tomorrow, this is a big change for us. So we're going to be starting at 8:15 every day. So tomorrow, if you tune in at 1:30, you will have missed us. So tune in tomorrow morning, bright and early at 8:15 a.m. for the next episode of Talent Talks. So we'll be right here.
Yeah.
All right. So, we had getting back to the trivia, because that's our quick updates, and then we'll end on our tip of the day, and we'll go back to Davina on that. But we had our suggestions for the trivia answer, and they were ghostology, phenomia. That sounds like a pasta. Phenomia, paranormality, and parapsychology. So it sounded like most were going with paranormality. Nikki, those that went with paranormality or phenomena, were they right or wrong?
Paranormality is close, but it's actually parapsychology.
There it is. And what is, I was trying to click on the wrong box. There we go. It's parapsychology. You want to read what that is? You probably already have it memorized, right, Nikki?
Oh, yeah, sure. Parapsychology is the study of alleged psychic phenomena and other paranormal claims, for example, related to near-death experience, synchronicity, and apparitional experitions.
Mm.
Wow, you did great with some tongue twisters in there.
That was kind of hard at first.
Good.
Nice job. So our resident ghost hunter helped us answer the question. Nice job. All right. And then going back as we're doing a wrap up, we've got just two last little things. But one is we're trying to make sure for our real estate peeps that every day we have something for you to continue growing with your business, staying connected. And today's tip is, Davina?
Oh, we don't have like a cute little intro for the tip of the day. I was waiting for that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll get one together. Give me time.
Next time. All right. So, one of the things in regards to the things that we've been talking about have been all related to relationships in these past weeks. Even with Nikki and the ghosting, those are paranormal relationships, I guess you would say. I don't know. But one of yeah. So one of the things that is really important is also connecting with the relationships. The tip yesterday was connect with our co-broker relationships. But today, one of the things that we can be intentional about is the relationships that we have with our affiliated, like our vendors and the people that we affiliate with that help us with our transactions and our communications with our clients. And those would be our title and escrow people, our lenders, our contractors, our house cleaners. Maybe it's our stagers or photographers. We're all going through this storm together, and we're all feeling the effects of it. And so in real estate in general, all of these businesses are also being affected, and all of our vendors are being affected. And wouldn't it be a great time just to reach out and say, you know what, I really appreciate what you've done for me and my clients in the past. How are you? Just reaching out and checking on them and letting them know that they're on our minds. So the tip of the day is reach out to at least one of your vendors and let them know that you're thinking about them.
Very nice. All right. And then for the last one, now, one of the things is, one of the reasons we're shifting on time is we want to make sure that we are able to continue to be consistent on it. And at 1:30, because we are in business, and as it continues to open up, it's hard to do this consistent with right in the middle of the day. So by switching this to the morning, it allows us that area of consistency. Ashley, you hopped on just because you've got a lot of things to do as mom, everything else, just prior to us hopping in. Were you able to hop in, or were you in on the conversation about this week's what we're doing? Or
no, actually, that was a surprise to me. I also just learned that we'll be doing Talent Talk at 8:15. So, yeah, I don't know.
We are in, and this is how we roll. Because again, we want to be consistent for you, and we want to give you great information. With the what we've been doing every week or as an ongoing thing is something along the lines with Foundation Heroes. If you ever want to help in the cause of what we're doing, there's always the donation link that's down below. This is a way to not only serve the everyday heroes in our lives, but also find the needs that are inside of the community and help fill them in the best way possible. Earlier this week, we had Judy from, and I apologize, Judy Jones from the Thurston County Food Bank on as a guest. Was that just yesterday, actually?
2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago. And it's incredible, the needs there. Based on what's going on right now, there is less for people to be able to give. So there's less donations going their way, but there's more needs coming up. They're finding themselves in a bit of a hole, and they are also even looking for volunteers. They described how they do these things safely. So we wanted to step forward. First and foremost, if you want to volunteer, reach out to us. We can help make sure that you get connected, or reach out to the Thurston County Food Bank. They certainly could use the help and the assistance. With what we want to do this week is at the very least at our DuPont office and our Lacey office. So that's 1408 Palisade Boulevard in DuPont, and 8825 Talon Lane Northeast in Lacey, Suite B. You'll see it right there. We're going to have a donation bin for food, so canned goods, and the ones they needed most are like boxed mac and cheese. They need soups, and they need canned fruit. So if you have something that you can give, even a single package would be phenomenal. At the end of the week, we'd like to get that, or if you have any donations that you'd like to give, because they also could use money as well. If you'd go to the donation link, just let us know that it's specifically tagged for there, and we'll make sure that it gets across. It's all 501c3, completely nonprofit, tax deductible. We want to make sure that we can give and make an impact, and just continue to be a contribution, because that's the whole philosophy of John L. Scott. I mean, it comes back from the corporate value of, living life as a contribution, and we want to exemplify that. So anything you can do to help, we'll be out there. And the donation buckets, or the donation, buckets we'll call them, should be out in front of both of those offices from, I believe we said, from 10 to 6 every day this coming week. And if you know any community partners that might want to also have a donation bucket out at their location, let us know and we'll reach out, because this isn't, none of this is about us. It's really about helping and serving. So.
Yeah. Glad you said that. So if you are a business owner and would like to, or you at your place of business where you work, and you want to actually be able to participate, we can bring a bin in front of your office. We're looking at wanting to do this for this week, and being able to do a delivery in about the next 7 days. So if this is something that you're interested in participating in, just message us and let us know, and we can bring a bin your way so you can also participate in the drive.
Yeah.
Thank you, John. And also, if you happen to be someone who actually is in need as well, you can reach out to us confidentially. We can get you connected, or you can reach out to the Thurston County Food Bank. They've got their times for pickup. They're very specific about it, and they do. They take a lot of precautions to make sure that what they do is safe for the people that they serve as well.
Yeah. And there's specific items that they're being requested. I don't know if we mentioned it or not.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So mac and cheese, soup, and what was the other one?
Canned fruit.
Canned fruit.
Canned fruit, yes.
Yeah.
So mac and cheese, soup, and canned fruit.
Yeah.
That's
completely simple needs, but makes such a huge impact for the people that need it.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
So on that note, the challenge is then to be bold, to step forward, to do something, right? That's what we say every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Who's taking us to the Big Be Bold?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, actually, do you want to take us out today?
Yeah, sure. So first,
Nikki,
thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you, Nikki.
And then, of course, thank you to all of you who support us, and you're the reason why we're here. So, on 3, we'll end it with a big B bold. 1, 2, 3.
Be bold.